A lot of people noticing that the summer season has slipped away a bit. We know we're not going to go back into the 80s anymore.
Just a skosh. Yeah, I was actually just sharing a note with Rebecca from last night. She had mentioned that the typical date of the last 80-degree day is September 13th. And our forecast is actually already trending colder, so it's actually quite unlikely that we get any more 80-degree days. So if you're a fan of summer, we're pretty much finished.
Oh,
yeah, exactly. It is going to get a bit cooler throughout the course of this week, but we did get some much needed rain across the state. Of course, you just heard about some of those very large wildfires that are burning across the Cascades. The rain yesterday, especially in central Washington, was so important. But we're going to be tracking a few batches of some light showers, even across the Puget Sound, for this upcoming weekend as things start to trend a little bit cooler. There was that really much needed rain. In fact, I drove from Spokane here to Seattle yesterday, basically drove straight through it. It's the most rain that I've seen basically this entire summer. Not joking about that one bit. But that weather system now moving off to the north and east, we see just a little light disturbance that's just about to edge into western Washington, the Olympic Peninsula, probably in just a few hours here. And that's what we see on our forecast modeling here. Areas like Neah Bay and all along the Washington coast are going to get that rain pretty much throughout the day today. Here in Seattle, it's just going to stay mostly cloudy, but we probably have a dry daytime hour until we get closer towards the evening. 6-7 o'clock is probably the earliest that we could see some scattered showers. Certainly areas like Everett up towards Bellingham have a better chance for some early evening showers, but expect things to be very scattered at most into the night tonight and then into the morning for tomorrow. Notice just a few chances for some scattered showers, but this is looking like really light stuff, like so light that you definitely don't need an umbrella for that kind of stuff. But it could be in and around the area, around the Puget Sound for the morning hours tomorrow before things really dry out. By the time we get to Monday, this is looking like a mostly sunny day for us, as temperatures should be stable for the first half of the week, but start to trend colder towards the second half of the upcoming week. Let's look at the long-term forecast. This is already next Friday that I'm looking at. Good push of rain into western Washington in anticipation of a next weather system, long-form trough that moves into the Pacific Northwest. So this gives us multiple days of rain and likely cooler weather as well. We see that in those long-term outlooks, which are trending not just cooler than average across the Pacific Northwest, but wetter than average, particularly for Washington and northern Washington. So this will be a pretty good indication that some more colder fall-like rain is certainly around the corner here. So if you still want some slightly warmer temperatures, today is still not too bad. Even with the mostly cloudy skies, we get a little few peaks of sunshine. We'll be right around 70 degrees for today. Again, 80s are pretty much unlikely for the rest of the year, but we'll take 70s where we can get them. And we still have a few days around that mark. 70 today. I got 72 on Tuesday as well, being the warmest day of the forecast. But by the time we get to Friday of next week, things inching a little bit cooler. I have 65 there, but the following weekend could be even cooler yet. And again, very much rain likely by the time we get to next Friday and even next weekend.